Hello, and welcome back to another Mental Wellness Minute with Dayton Children's. What is mental wellness? It's how things are going on around your life and how you manage ups and downs. Some of these could be COVID issues at school, things going on at home, or other things happening around you in the community. Today, we're going to be talking about positive parenting. Being a parent is not always easy. There's no manual, and positive parenting can help create a positive atmosphere with clear expectations in order to decrease unwanted behaviors. For positive parenting, there are 3 F's to follow: firm, fair, and friendly. In order to do this, you need to work on maintaining consistency, set clear boundaries, and maintain a positive relationship with your child. Don't ignore consequences when they need discipline. They can help learn to follow the rules, learn right from wrong, keep them safe, and give them an opportunity to choose the right positive behaviors. When giving a consequence, try to get on their level. Look them in the eyes. Let them know, for example, that toys are not for hitting. If they continue to hit with the toys, then you will remove that toy for the rest of the afternoon. Hold the boundaries firm. They will likely not like that consequence. And if they do hit again, then remove that toy. You could offer an alternative activity such as, okay, the toys, these cars, we're done playing with them today, but we can read some books. And if they improve their behavior, if they're reading books nicely and playing well with their siblings, then perhaps you could return the cars for later that afternoon. Try to match the consequence with the problem, as well as their age and developmental level. Children who are 10 years old have a better understanding of right and wrong than, say, a 3-year-old. So their consequences might be a little bit bigger, such as no TV for the rest of the day, where a 3-year-old might be able to just not watch TV until after they have their nap. You'll also want to help model positive behavior. Do what I say and not as I do is confusing to children. You want to model what you want to see from them. For example, if your child hasn't been saying please and thank you, show them when they do something that you want them to do, say thank you to them and let them know that you are grateful for what they've done. And also be specific in that positive. So say, thank you for putting away the dishes. That is very helpful for me. And it is okay to have rules. You don't have to say yes to everything. Structure and rules are helpful for development. And if they're particularly resistant to following rules or direction, give them some options. This can help avoid those power struggles or trying to win the argument. It can help model desired behavior, catch them doing something good and praising them, as well as clearly define the expectations, the rules, and the consequences. For example, you can play on your tablet for 20 minutes and maybe set a timer for them so they can see that countdown. They have that visual. Once the timer goes off, it's time for bed. If they don't get off the tablet when the timer goes off, you don't get to play with it tomorrow. It is very clearly set up for them to know what to expect. They can expect that when the timer goes off, it's time to get ready for bed. If your kids are in the why stage, which is very common, maybe outlining kind of your family values. For example, why do we go to bed at 8 o'clock? My friends don't go to bed at 8 o'clock. You can explain to them that in your family, sleep is very important, and you know that having good rest before school can help them feel better and do better while they're in school. And that can answer some of their questions. When it's time to clean up, instead of asking them if they want to clean up, which is really non-negotiable, ask them if they want to clean up their toys or their books first. Kids like feeling like they're in control, and this can kind of trick them into thinking that they're getting to make a really important decision, and ultimately you're still getting them to clean up their toys. If you find that you are struggling with consistency and consequences, maybe look at the consequences and the rules. Are they important to your family? Are they easy for you to set up? Maybe reevaluate that rule and see if it really does apply, or maybe you need to change it, such as when your kids get older. Maybe a rule that you had for them when they were 3 isn't necessarily still valuable and important and relevant when they're 10. You also want to make sure you have realistic expectations. That can help you better connect with your child. It should be based on age as well as developmental level. Beware of falling into the two extremes, either having no expectations or having too high of expectations. Even children with developmental delays, regardless of their age, might need some help in some daily tasks, such as getting dressed. So they should have different expectations. However, you still want to praise them for doing what they're able to do. And you also want to reinforce positive behaviors. This is not the same as bribing. This can include providing praise, high fives, and attention for the behavior you would like to encourage. An example would be providing a reward after the desired behavior, not before. If you offer dessert before dinner in hopes that they are going to eat dinner, you might be disappointed with hopes and promises that they will eat. Also, look for simple rewards. Kids are motivated even by the simplest of things, such as a high five, a smile, a hug, maybe letting them pick out what they eat for dinner that night instead of buying expensive toys. Positive feedback can go a long way for kids as well, such as, wow, great job sharing with your siblings. You are being so kind, or thank you so much for putting your dishes in the sink. That was very helpful for me. Those specific one-on-one attentions kids really appreciate. So how can you be successful with positive parenting? Make sure you're taking a pause before you're reacting or correcting the behavior, and making sure maybe you need to take a deep breath if it's something that's upset you, and so you can respond appropriately to the situation. You want to help prevent risky behavior or problems before they arise. So positive parenting can help you build a positive relationship with your child. That way you might have more insight to things that are going on in their life, and they might be more comfortable talking to you when bigger things come up. This can also help you monitor their contact with the outside world. You're going to be able to have a good relationship with them to teach them boundaries so they can trust you and feel that your best interests are at heart for them. And it can teach them how they are to act in situations when you're not present. Helps mentor and support and encourage desired behaviors. And again, modeling your own behavior to provide consistent positive examples. Communication is key when working with our children. Making sure you're taking the time to talk with them, get on their level, make eye contact, and making sure you're allowing them to finish their thoughts and feelings before you respond. Some ideas of when you can talk with them, maybe in the car, before or after school, or on the way to the store, walking in or out of somewhere, or if you're waiting for a sibling, maybe at an appointment. Some easy jump off questions of what to talk about is ask your kid what was their favorite part of their day and why. Did anything worry them today or upset them? If they say yes, follow up with what and why, and who did they spend today with? Make sure you keep your questions open-ended, which means questions that don't just get a yes or no response, because that's hard to carry on a conversation and really dig a little bit deeper into how they're feeling. Ask simple questions daily helps to build that rapport and that relationship and build trust. And it also makes it not awkward if you were to ask them a more serious question, or as they get older, they don't feel like it's out of the blue for you to be asking them questions. Using positive language when talking with kids can be very helpful, such as labeling them their behavior and not them as a person. Saying it hurts my feelings when you talk to me that way, instead of saying that you're bad or you did something very bad. Or start with a positive. You are so smart and you are so capable of doing this homework. Let's figure out how to get it completed. Using the word and instead of the word but. This helps to acknowledge their feelings and not dismiss, but also get the point across. For example, I know you want to play another video game. And you can after your homework is finished and you show it to me. You can use feeling words when you praise their behavior. I am so happy that you helped me clean up. That can show feelings, and that you also are comfortable discussing those with them if they have a feeling or emotion that they feel that they need to talk with you about. Using you statements to point out good behavior. You did a great job sharing that toy. And using I statements when you're describing yourself, such as I was worried and angry when you didn't call me. and that brings it back to you and how you felt in that situation. Lastly, we want to teach our kids how to accept praise and compliments. Some kids and some adults might have a hard time accepting praise and compliments. This might look like looking down to avoid eye contact, covering their face, or making a negative comment about themselves in response. So how can you help? You could role play with them. You could teach them, when someone's giving them a compliment or praise, making eye contact, responding, smiling, maybe saying thank you. Providing them with praise regularly makes it more comfortable and easily accepted. Giving them praise both personally and publicly. Making praise personal and specific. So making them truly about them and not general helps it feel genuine to them. Thank you for watching this video and investing in your child. Parenting is hard work and there is no manual. Positive parenting has been proven to be more effective and can lead to healthier brain development in children. However, it does take time and effort. Give yourself grace, and it's okay to make a mistake when it comes to parenting and remaining calm and trying to be positive. At the following slide are some resources if you have further needs. Thank you.